What's up, nation? On this week's episode, we talk about heart rate monitors, how to help those you might know who are overweight without offending them. We talk about some haters, and I give you guys my favorite Facebook and Twitter and Instagram follows. What's up, TD Nation? Welcome to episode 4 of the TD Nation Kickstart show. I'm excited today. I got a lot of things to go over. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I had a great week. My daughter got baptized, so I was super proud of her. Got to spend lots of time with the family this weekend. We also rolled out the first of many Meet TD Nation member videos or interviews from the TD Nation retreat, which is great. We rolled out Brian Beam. He's lost 146 pounds. That was 2 months ago, so now he's lost a lot more than that. But the video was fantastic. Really got me fired up. My man Phil Naylor is doing a fantastic job putting those together. Phil and another guy came down for the TD Nation retreat, filmed it, filmed a bunch of interviews, and those will all be rolling out and building up towards the big TD Nation video. So very, very excited about that. New boot camp is going great. We're 2 weeks in. Just went over all the numbers, and they've lost over 2 pounds per week per person. So we've got 2 more weeks of boot camp, and then we'll have a week off, and then the next one will start then. So if you want to get in the new boot camp, hit your coach up. We made it as cheap as we could. I mean, it costs a lot of money, to create the ebooks, and it takes a lot of our time, but it's $25 per person or per couple. So very cheap, but you get a meal plan, you get healthy recipes. It's 4 weeks long, so you have 3 weeks of meal plans. The 4th week, you kind of put one together on your own. There's tons of free workouts that don't require any equipment. So you're in a group, a small, intimate group, with people, basically eating the same things and doing the same workouts, and just a ton of motivation, and the groups always go amazing. So if you want in boot camp, let your coach know. We got another one starting in about 3 weeks. Other than that, just getting ready for Summit, getting ready to head to Nashville with the team. Can't wait to see the new workout programs coming out and the new line of supplements coming out. I know they've had a doctor from Harvard working on the new supplement line, and it looks incredible. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to work out with Tony Horton and Sean T and a bunch of other TD Nation people. So that's really exciting. All right, with all that being said, let's get into the show. I'm going to start with, before I get into the show, let me send a special shout out to Wade Hales. He's been training with me for 10 months, and he posted last week that he officially lost 100 pounds. In 9 months and 25 days, Wade was able to lose 100 pounds. He went all in. He trusted the system. He did what I told him to do, and he just crushed it. So congratulations, Wade. I couldn't be more proud of you. Can't wait to train you this week. All right, so now let's get into the show. First question. Actually, I had 2 questions, and these kind of go together, so I'm just going to lump them together. The first one, what's the best heart rate monitor to use? And do I add calories lost during exercise back into my calorie intake? All right, so when you're adding calories back, you're measuring your expenditure, right? How many calories you burned. And to do that, most of you are using a heart rate monitor. So the only problem, this answer is probably going to shock a lot of you, but I don't use heart rate monitors. I've just never liked it. I've just always felt like when I go in my workout, I'm going as hard as I can go, and I'm doing that 5 or 6 days a week, and whatever happens, happens. Not to mention the fact that you guys cannot accurately measure expenditure. So your heart rate monitors, I'm sorry to tell you, they are off. And sometimes they can be up to 50% off. So you guys are using this equation where you're taking your calories burned from your workout and your calories burned for the rest of the day minus the calories you're eating, and you're coming up with your deficit. The only problem is your expenditure, the amount of calories you burn during your workout, is oftentimes way off. So that number is going to be different, and you're not going to be able to accurately predict your deficit. So it's going to throw everything else off. So we want to look at intake, expenditure, and results, right? And since expenditure sucks, we can't determine what the expenditure is or accurately determine what the expenditure is. Let's just look at intake and results. All right, if you look at those two things, you're going to be fine. So you know what your intake is because you're going to be using MyFitnessPal. You're going to be tracking your calories, tracking your macros. You're going to be able to determine what your results are because you're going to be measuring yourself and getting on the scale. If you're not seeing results, then bring down your intake. Okay, and that's very simple to do because you know you can control what your intake is and you know it's accurate. So if you're not getting results, bring down your intake if fat loss is your goal. As you bring it down, you should see results if your expenditure is the same. So you want to make sure that you're doing, the workouts 5-6 days a week, and then. So the only thing you want to be careful with is not to bring your intake down too low because we don't want to slow your metabolism and ruin your metabolism. So a general rule for females working out 5 to 6 days a week, you should never be under 1,300 calories a day for fat loss. If you're eating 1,300 calories a day, working out 5 to 6 days a week, and you're a female and you're not losing weight, you have metabolic damage, you need to reverse diet. So rather than explain all that to you here and now, you can email me or your coach and we'll work out a plan to reverse diet if that fits you. If you're a male, you don't want it below that 2,000 calories probably, 1,900, 2,000 calories. Anything below that, if you're not seeing results, you need to reverse diet also and repair your metabolism. So just get a hold of me. But again, intake, expenditure, progress. Expenditure, you're not going to really know. So for me, the heart rate monitors, I can't tell you my favorite heart rate monitor because I just don't use them because they don't help me. Now, some people, they help motivate, but as we always say, your workouts need to have a bigger goal than just calorie burn. Number one, it's not going to be very accurate. Number two, that gets boring if you're just working out to burn calories, a certain amount of calories every day. You need to be working out with goals. All right, question 2. What do you do when you know someone who is overweight and you want to help them, but you're afraid if you reach out to them, you're going to offend them? I'm not judging them, I just want to help. So yeah, I actually, this is something I run into a lot because I know a lot of very overweight people. And there's no right answer for everybody. You have to know your audience. So there's a certain audience who you are close enough with and you have a close enough relationship with that you can reach out to them and say, hey, I totally empathize with what's going on. I know how hard it is to lose weight. I've been there. If you ever need help, I'm here for you. I have a great group that does not judge people. They will help you with your meal plans. They will help you with free workouts. They're just to help. If you just want to learn and educate yourself, join our group. Very, very simple to do. There's another audience who you might not be as close with that might get real defensive and be offended that you even asked or suggested that they were overweight. So with those people, number one, they already know they're overweight. They know they need to take steps to improve their life. It's just not their time yet. It may eventually become their time. It may not. Hopefully it does. The only thing you can do with those people is hopefully just be a positive influence on their life. Hopefully you're posting about working out, how good you feel, about eating good, and maybe you'll inspire them. I can't tell you how many people have emailed me and said, Lance, thank you for being so brave and posting your before picture, and thank you for inspiring me to work out and get healthy so I can be around for my kids and family. So you have two audiences. You just have to know your audience. Some people you can approach, some people you can't. But like Tony Horton says, sometimes the worst advice is the advice that wasn't asked for. So sometimes when you reach out to people who didn't ask for your advice, you can really offend them, so you just need to be careful. All right, next question. Hey Lance, I know you've had them. How do you deal with haters? This is a good question, and it's very simple. I don't. I don't deal with them. I don't acknowledge them. I cut them out of my life. And I've had them both on the friendship side and the family side. Very few occurrences, but a few. It's just the way life is. On the family side, you know, it's a little more difficult because they're family. And I don't, you know, totally, they're not dead to me. I mean, I still say hi to them. I'm nice to them. I still love them, of course. But I don't make it a point to make them part of my life because they're going to bring me down. With friends, you know, or acquaintances, they're simply just cut out of my life. I mean, if they're not supportive of me, they're never going to help me get where I want to go. They're not going to be supportive, and I'm just cutting them out of my life. There are some people in life who just are leeches and just want to bring people down to their level. I want to see people succeed. I want all my friends and family to succeed in their careers, succeed with their families, be happy. That makes me happy. Some people are not like that. The last thing you need to know about haters is, you know, the reason they're lashing out at you doesn't really have anything to do with you. It's more about what's going on with their life. And your positive choices are reminding them of their negative choices. So every time you post something positive, you're reminding them of things they could and should be doing but aren't, and it makes them mad. Not really at you, more at themselves. Once you know that, then it makes it easy to not be as mad at them and not take it so personally. But it's still, on the other flip side of that, you don't want to have that negative influence on your life every day. You know, surround yourself with the 5 people you want to be most like. If you do that, you're going to have a wonderful life. So people who bring me down, I'm sorry, I'm not going to surround myself with you. All right, last question, really cool question. Who do you follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter? So there's a few people that I follow and I check in with almost on a daily basis. For business and motivation, there's 2 people. Gary Vaynerchuk. I started following him 4 years ago. I bought his book, Crush It. And he's built, you know, turned his father's business into a $54 million business, and now I think he's worth $100 million. But he knows social media. He's very good at customer service, and following up with people and that kind of thing, and really caring for people, not just selling stuff. I mean, you guys know I don't require any of our people, any TD Nation members, to buy anything. We just help them, and if they decide to support us and buy stuff in the future, great. If not, that's okay too. And Gary Vaynerchuk has taught me a lot about that, a lot about just helping people, loving people, and letting the cards fall where they may, and that's what I do. And then Darren Hardy also, as far as motivation and keeping me going every day and just trying to be a better person every single day. Darren Hardy helps me with that. On the fitness and nutrition side, there's a couple people. Lane Norton. Lane Norton actually went to University of Illinois, which is where I live, and my wife works for the University of Illinois. But he went here, got his PhD here as a power lifter, bodybuilder, natural power lifter, bodybuilder, and really taught me about metabolic damage and about, you know, why I had dieted down to about 1,600 calories a day, was working out 6 days a week and couldn't lose weight, wasn't getting results, and couldn't figure out why. And he was the guy that taught me about metabolic damage and how to repair that. So great follow, has wonderful videos on YouTube. The next one is Mike Vicani. Mike Vicani is actually Gary Vaynerchuk's personal trainer, and Mike does a great show called Equals and Alternatives, where he takes you know, what's a healthy food or thought to be a healthy food and compares it to junk, quote unquote, junk food, and shows you how sometimes the calories and macros, meaning the proteins, fats, and carbs in those foods, 2 foods, can be the same. I mean, you're basically eating the same thing, you just don't know it because it's been marketed as healthy. So he has a great show. I follow him on Facebook and also on YouTube. And then lastly, so the first 2 fitness guys were more educational. These last two guys are not educational at all. You know, everybody has a certain DNA, and people are drawn to certain people. And I'm just drawn to these two people, although they're not, you know, there's not a whole lot of education here, but they just motivate me and get me fired up for my workouts. And that's CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid. You want to hit the mute button if the kids are around and you listen to them. And also, you know, Gary Vaynerchuk's the same way. You know, a lot of people are drawn to him, but a lot of people also hate Gary Vaynerchuk. So it's just what's your cup of tea, and those guys are what keep me motivated every day. So hope that helps, guys. Great questions this week. Let's get into shout outs. So for boot camp, we had you know, average was a little over 4 pounds a week lost, but I wanted to give our top weight loss people shout outs. I wish I could give all 160 of you shout outs, but there's just not enough time. So let's start with our top weight loss loser in the first 2 weeks of boot camp. Remember, these are 2-week results, guys. Brandy Prather, 13.3 pounds. Swati is down 12.5. Kathy Bale is down 10. Sheila Fanning down 10. Fred Riley down 9. Jan Paez down 8. Amy Luton down 7. Andrew Mateague down 8.2. Let's see. Sam Fitt down 5.6. Mark Birschbach down 5. Mark, I didn't even know you had that much weight to lose, man. And then Jenny DeShepard down 5. So amazing job, guys. Keep up the great work. Everybody's doing fantastic. Those are just the top weight loss losers. And then I wanted to just talk to 2 people who posted smaller weight loss. We only had 1 person submit a fitness activity tracker form this week that actually gained weight. Donnell, I know you are up 0.2 pounds. Keep doing it. Keep fighting through. I will tell you, and I'm not picking on you in any way. This is honestly coming from my heart, just trying to help you. Looking through some of your answers, you said exercise was an issue, not following our recommendations and not doing any of the HIIT workouts. So my response to you, and I posted this in the group last week, is to let go of the reins a little bit. And maybe you are, I don't know, maybe something in your life is going on, you're just busy last week, but let go of the reins a little bit. Trust the process that's worked for thousands of people before you. We're not making this up. We're not creating all these names of people who are losing weight. These are real people who are losing weight every week, who are trusting the process, trusting the system, and doing what we tell them works. So I would just say, trust the process. Start lifting weights 3 times a week. Start doing some of the HIIT workouts if you can. Start following the meal plans. Just following the meal plans alone is not enough. You got to work out. You got to increase your muscle mass, increase your BMR so you burn more calories at rest. So I would ask that you do that. Just trust the system. Go all in. You paid for the boot camp. If you want results, do what we recommend, and I think you'll start seeing results. The last person is Kelly Vaughn, down 1 pound, which at least you didn't gain, so that's good. She's doing Les Mills Combat. She's working with her coach Matt, but she said she thinks she's an underloader, so that's part of her problem. So if you're an underloader and you still lost 1 pound, then that's good, Kelly. Underloader meaning she's not eating enough calories, as you guys know. I would also start adding, combat is just cardio, so I would start adding 3 resistance days. Do some weightlifting 3 days a week. That will help speed up your metabolism as well. All right, guys, wonderful show this week. Great questions. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Let me know if you need anything. Love you guys, and we'll talk to you on the next show. Later.